Guys, if we don't get another video posted, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys have a safe and happy holiday. We got the flag flying. Literally while we're walking over here, our pennants arrived for the antennas, so we're going to get those things put up. So we're going to be looking festive around here at Davis Auto Sales. Going to let all the guys off for a little vacation break, and we'll be back on Monday. But we do have a little fun stuff planned with the family over the weekend, maybe a couple stunts. Hopefully we'll bring that to you too. But the Squarebody behind us has been one that has confused people a little bit. Several things. One, I got real anxious when we first got this truck and I posted a video. I even said in the video, I think we're going to two-tone it. So the truck was solid red when it arrived. Two, it left for a couple, 3 weeks. Why did it leave? Why did it come back? On a Friday afternoon, we had a customer, very anxious young man, wanted to buy a Squarebody. We happened to have some Squarebodies. And he ended up choosing this truck. He said, JW, I really want a long bed. But the long bed that he wanted, I had just sold. The other long beds I had were about double what he wanted to spend. They were $100,000 trucks. So he said, JW, I think I'm going to settle for that truck. I said, you're not settling. It's a great truck. You want boggers? You want lift? You want it to sound nasty? There it is. You know, this is the truck. He said, yeah, I really like solid red. I really want a long bed. I said, well, you do what you want. It's Friday afternoon. At this point, it's about 6:30. I said, it's going to be Monday. I said, I'll hold whichever truck you decide on. I'll deliver it to you. I said, but it's in the furthest back corner of the shop. Even if we started now and I had all my normal staff, we'd be an hour or better getting it out of there. Not only was the gate closed, the gate was locked, blocked, the building was blocked, that was locked, and the truck was in the far back corner. He said, yeah, but I want the red and gray truck. Hold it for me. Text me over the weekend a couple questions about the wheels and something else. No problem. Yes, sir. When can I get it? Monday. What time on Monday? Well, my guys got to get in. We got to get it out. We got to wash it. We got to do the paperwork. I'll deliver it to you. So sure enough, we got it to him on Monday. He was very excited. But he said, JW, please find me a long bed red and let's do it. And the other thing, this truck did not have and does not have the crossover steering and track bar. So he said, well, let me just put the crossover steering and track bar on this truck. That's fine, no problem. We can do it. Well, lo and behold, the very next day, after me and him having that conversation, we got a red long bed. And it came from somebody that he already knew. He said, JW, that's the truck. If you would do your 1.0 package at the shop, have Brian and Daniel deck it out. I want a custom seat. I want a couple other things. We can do some trading. I said, that's fine. So people are like, well, how does that work? You buy a truck, you get rid of it that fast and all that. So he lost a little bit of money, to be exact, about $2,000 for having a truck not long at all. But you got to figure in that is paperwork, fees, titling, transportation, and a few other things. So I don't mind doing it. You will see trucks sometimes that come back after a few weeks, a month. Some people take stuff home and their wife says, you want that truck or you want divorce papers? And then they have to call me and say, JW, I'm not real fond of her, but I think I like the truck less, so I better not have divorce papers. But sometimes it goes the other way. They keep the truck, divorce the wife. I've seen it both ways. But anyway, that's the story behind the truck. So it did need the two-tone because it had rock chips. The truck did look beautiful in red, but at the time we had so many red trucks, I wanted to change it up. It also had a little where paint had chipped, and it had a little spot here in the door, which got taken care of, as you can see, nice and clean. Got new trim. I'm not sure if it had the bed cover or not, but it's got a bed cover. This truck's either an 8 or 10 inch kit under, let's just call it an 8 to be safe. It may be a 10. It's all spring, no block, 38 inch boggers, 14 inch wide, true weld Typhoon wheels. Yukon differential cover on the back. I think it's got one on the front. It is an 8 lug, basically K20 axles under this truck. Now, stock front cover, but it has a good sound of small block. I'll fire it up. And the body's straight. So I don't know how good this new microphone does with sound of motors, but I can promise you it is the best sounding thing in the world for our regular videos. I watched one last night on my television, and I watched one this morning driving to work on my phone. And I think we have finally figured the microphones out, guys. The only thing you might notice is you might think I'm a weirdo over here like waving, but it's because you're not even going to hear the horn beep anymore. Every time we do a video and people can see us, we get, 6 or 8 horn blows. Now you're probably not going to hear it. So if you see me aimlessly waving like a weirdo, I'm just waving for no reason. But cool truck. Let's pop the hood. Spray-in bed liner in the back. This is a non-AC equipped truck. That is a big deal because it's freaking hot out. We are installing multiple AC systems currently for trucks that are sold. If people want to install the AC system, we have it set up. Daniel can order it. Our head honcho on the AC system, Junior, can get it installed, and at a pretty timely manner because we're reasonably caught up in that department currently. Each truck's a little different on the quote. Depends on if it's aftermarket pulleys, if it's stock. It would be easy on this one. It's pretty straightforward. But nice looking small block under the hood. This grill, everybody asks in every video about this grill. I don't know. The grill was in the truck. It's kind of a billet grill, but it is plastic. But it's all one piece. And then the headlight doors, and it's got the higher intensity light bulbs. But nice valve covers, nice wiring. We'll clean up a few things while we're under here when Junior's doing the AC. It's got the comp cam reservoir for the brake booster because of the big cam. It's power steering, power brake truck. It just needs some AC. Headers. It's pretty decent. Holley high rise intake, Edelbrock intake, Holley carburetor, and it sounds mean. And before I got this truck, previous owner had actually put it in a show and sent me a picture with his trophies. I wouldn't quite call it a show truck, but everybody that sees this truck loves it. And again, look down the body lines. She's straight. Cowl hood looks good. Exhaust sounds mean. We did a driving video on it for a customer in Canada, actually, before this other gentleman purchased it. And that guy actually, I think, is getting a truck. He's going to buy a project truck from us. But anyway, long story short, it drives down the highway fine. It doesn't tack a crazy amount of RPMs. It's actually pretty spot on. So if you scroll back far enough, you can find that video. But Christian needed to update a video. There it is in the red and silver, not the red to confuse people. And again, there's a lot going on. So we realize that we're seeing this stuff. You guys are not. So when you look at a picture on the website and it's red and gray, then you look at a video, the truck's solid red. It can get confusing. So don't hesitate to ask. No bad question, no wrong question is ever asked. We get some really weird ones, but we deal with it. We actually had somebody call about the 10-door Suburban, wanted to know if we had any diagrams to build one, and if we had any literature about building it, and if we did a how-to about building it, and if we would, and if we could mail it, not email it, but mail it to his address. So we do get some requests that are a little out there sometimes, but I guess if somebody's trying to build a 10-door, they might want it step-by-step process. We're not in the building 10-door business, so we don't have that on hand, unfortunately. I guess if enough money was out there, we would build you one, but I won't let mine go. So that was the other question. I think he wanted to buy that one. And it is not for sale. Simple answer. We got to get Grimace up to the shop. They got to do some stuff on that before this upcoming show. We got some finishing touches. I think the Suburban is ready to roll. So if all goes well, we will be rolling out with those next week. Brown Bear, we're going to debut Brown Bear probably tomorrow morning for you guys. Hopefully that is sitting in a nice, cool, chilled facility right now. So when we go do the video, we won't be overheating. And that's going to be one Daniel, Kenny, everybody that's seen it has attested that is the one. As far as crew cab trucks go, it's indescribable how nice it is. So looking forward to showing you guys that one. Nut and bolt, piece by piece. Kenny, I'm sure, is going to get into a very long-winded video about that truck, and rightly so. It's worthwhile. But there's you a Scottsdale 10, original K10, converted to a K20. Small block, big cam, sounds great, and it's available. And Christian will be happy to get you paperwork and anything you guys need. And again, have a happy 4th of July. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.